I want to show you a really easy way to make your own ring binder. Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful comments, words of encouragement, and support. In a previous video, we took a plain Dollar Tree 3-ring binder and we turned it into this beautiful journaling / planning system. And y'all, it is truly a nice way to dress up a plain binder. But what if you want to make binders in various sizes? Well, today I'm going to show you the one-size-fits-all technique for being able to do that. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera to give you a closer look at what I'm talking about, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, so in today's video, we're going to make a 2-ring binder, but the process that I show you is going to be the same process that you'll follow whether you want to make a 3-ring binder or you want to make other sizes that are out there. So here's what I am going to be using to make this. I have some papers that I created and printed a few years ago, and I printed them on 11 by 17. That's what I'm going to be using for this, but we can join papers together to get a longer size, depending on the size that you choose to make. Then I'm going to be using some chipboard. I have 2 pieces for the jacket and 1 piece for the spine. And y'all, this will be a process video. I'm showing you a process that you can then take and tweak to fit the other size ring mechanisms that are on the market. And let's zoom in just a little bit. So on Amazon, you're able to purchase the ring mechanism that you'll need to make a binder. So depending on the size that you want, check Amazon because they are out there. Now I will have these linked and I will have some other sizes linked as well in case you want to go out, order some of these to make your own. So here is the formula that I like to follow. To figure out what size chipboard you need to use is going to be determined by the paper sizes that you want to use. So whatever your paper size is this way, you add 1.5 inches to the jacket. Whatever your paper size is this way, you add at least 1.5 inches to the jacket. So let's say you want to make a 2-ring binder and you want that 2-ring binder to hold papers that are 6 by 8 in size. That'll be the largest size that you put in. You want to make sure that if you're going to do 6 by 8 and you want 6 going this way, then you need to make this 7.5 inches tall. You want your papers to be 8 inches wide, so you need to make this at least 9.5 inches wide. So if you just remember that little formula, whatever size paper you're working with, you add 1.5 inches this way and 1.5 inches this way to the jacket. And that'll give you the sizing that you need so that you can customize your jacket covers to fit whatever size papers you might want to put in them. So for mine, I'm making a jacket for papers that are 4.5 by 6. So I added 1.5 inches this way, and it is 6 inches. And I added 1.5 inches this way, so now it's 7.5. So my 4.5 by 6 inch papers will fit in here nicely. So that is how you determine how big your chipboard jacket cover should be. Now, if you don't have chipboard, of course, you can use doubled up cereal boxes, shoe boxes, anything else that's going to give you a hardboard consistency. Now, what I did with this was I just measured how wide it was, and then I added 1/2 inch. So this was 3/4 inch wide. I added 1/2 inch to it, and that means that my spine is going to be 1 1/4 inches. Now, what I'm giving you are measurements that typically work for me. You might want to tweak it, and you might have a better way of being able to do this. But the key is, whatever size paper you're starting with, add 1 1/2 inches lengthwise and widthwise. So these are the papers that I'm using. These are some papers that I printed probably 2 years ago that were in my stash. I printed them on 11 by 17. I'll need to lay these out this way, and unfortunately the paper that I'm using isn't quite long enough, so I'm just going to join 2 pieces together, and you might have to do the same thing when you are doing yours, depending on the size that you're working with. you might have to join papers. So I am just going to go ahead and just take my tape. Let's peel away the tape backer. Then I'm going to take this piece and just join it on top to get a long piece. Of course, I don't need it to be this long, but I'll trim away the excess in just a minute. Now you can use contact paper, you can use rolled paper, sheet paper, the peel and stick wallpaper from Dollar Tree, or peel and stick wallpaper that you might already have in your stash. Now I'm going to be taking these and we are going to put them down like this. And I will be using slightly larger than 1/8 of an inch in spacing in between. Not quite 1/4 of an inch, but a little bit between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch. So I have already added double stick tape to the back. And I'm going to take this and just start putting them down like this. And y'all, this really is a super easy way to be able to make your own custom binders. So you can see I have added a little more than 1/8 of an inch in between. So let's take this one and let's put it down right here. And now I'm going to trim away some of the excess. And let me trim away some of the excess from here as well. So now I'm going to take my stylus, press it against the chipboard, and just go around my paper. This is going to give me a nice score, but it also might help in case I have a paper that is prone to cracking. This might help to minimize the severity of the crack. So I'll go on the inside here as well. So I am just going to take this and train my paper to fold over. And now I'm going to miter my corners by simply cutting in at an angle like this, leaving just a little bit of paper in between the edge of the chipboard and that corner there. This helps us to get a nice professional fold over to our books. So now let's take some tape. Let's put that tape on here on all 4 corners. All right, y'all, so I have added my tape to all 4 corners. I am going to peel away the tape backers and then we'll fold these over. All right, so now we're just going to take these edges and fold them over. I will take just a little bit of glue. I will take just a little bit of glue and place some glue on these corner pieces to make sure that they stay stuck. Spread that out just a little with my finger. And now I can stand this up. Let's fold this over. Stand this up and fold over. And let's get this nice and stuck. I'll go along with my bone folder, big old spatula, to get everything nice and squared like this. And I think we have the makings of a really pretty binder. So now I'm going to bring in my ruler to measure this, and it is about 16 5/8 of an inch long. So I am going to take my liner piece. So I'm going to take my liner piece and I need to reduce it by 1/4 of an inch. I know that this is 16 5/8 inches long. I'll reduce it by 1/4. So I will take it from 16 5/8 to 16 3/8. And then I know it's 6 inches tall, so I'm going to reduce that by 1/4, and it will be 5 3/4 of an inch by 16 3/8. And then I'm going to take this and just fold it a little bit. Not really folding it to get a crease, but I am folding it like this because I need to trim it to 5 3/4. And so now I have my piece that is 16 3/8 by 5 3/4. So I am going to bring in some tape, put some tape on my piece here. And I'm just going in to make sure that I get that tape nice and stuck in my crease. So now let's take some tape and let's put tape on all 4 sides of the liner piece, and then I'll put a strip down the middle so it will cover this. So now we just peel away our tape backers from both, and we join these 2 pieces together. Now we can take this piece and we can put it on like this. Then I'll go over it with my big old spatula to make sure everything is nice and stuck. And then we'll fold it, and let's go in and work the spine. And as you can see, I have a nice flexible spine. I have a really cute little binder jacket here. Now we're going to take this piece and put it down. You can take the jacket and the binder mechanism. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. You can take this, position it where you want it. Let's grab a pen and mark your hole placement right there. Then I'll take my little punch here. Let's go in, find that hole and center it. I'm using my 3/16 setting. And let's punch out that hole. Then let's do it on this end. Let's find that hole, center that hole, and punch. So now we need to take this and we need to join it. And to join it to the spine, I am going to be using some metal snaps. Let me find the ones that I need to use. They come in various sizes. And so what I have my snaps, which is this prong piece. And then you have a snap head, which looks like a mushroom. So we're going to take this, put it through the hole, and then put it through the hole on the jacket. Here on the back side, we can take the mushroom head and snap it in. Let's do the same thing here. Let's put that on and snap it into place. And you can see it's kind of wiggling. So what I'm going to do, this might not be your preferred way of doing this, but this is what actually works for me. So if you have a different way, go ahead and do your way. But in the pack, you get this piece right here. I'm just going to take it and put it on top, bring in my hammer, and just hammer it into place. And I'll do the same thing over here. I'm just going to take my hammer, put it on top, and then I can just hammer it into place. What it gives me is a nice hammered look. And now you can see that this really isn't moving. It is in place. And now we have a really nice binder that works. I can take my papers. I really didn't cut any papers, but I am just going to go ahead and cut out a piece that is 4.5 by 6. I'm only going to cut one piece because I just want to show you how well this goes in the book. And because my 2-hole punch is at home, I am simply going to make a little mark right here as well as right here, because that is where my holes will be punched. I will go in and punch, go in and punch. Now I don't have an electronic 2-hole punch. My 2-hole punch is just a standard 2-hole punch. But then I can take these and put them in like that. And you can see how much room we have. We don't have to worry about our pages sticking out over the ends. And I can probably, if I want to, get away with using even larger papers. So that is how you can make this work for you. And this size binder here can hold a variety of paper sizes. But the formula that I showed you is the one that we need to follow. If you want to add some pockets, very simple to do. Just add a coordinating piece here and glue it into place. So here is the one that we just made together, and here is the one that I made off camera. Y'all, these are easy peasy to do, and you're able to customize these for any season, any reason, anyone. You can make these as small or as large as you want, depending on the mechanism that you're starting with. But I hope that you enjoyed this quick process video on how to make your own custom binders. If you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do, and this is how we do it. And I would love to have you subscribe. So hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful handcrafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.